So back in March of 2022, I wrote this piece on my website titled The Outright Insanity of Kent Hovind, where I gave what amounts to sort of a primer on Kent Hovind, just a slice of some of the controversies surrounding him, his general behaviors, what his whole deal is, his obsession with arguing against the fact of evolution. Um, it's a good long piece as I tend to write. But I try to be, I guess you want to say, semi-flattering with this. I start off nice, but I immediately go into contradictions, into his sov-cit rhetoric, his history, the felony charges for tax evasion, him spending the 9 years in prison, DAL, him calling himself a doctor because of his, bought diploma mill degree, the whole gist of things. And this is where I made this original GIF of Kent doing that at AJ's request. The skeptic actually used it in one of his videos, and I love that. um, so if you ever want to use this GIF, there, I'll send it to you. Um, Kent stroking his ego. Sorry, sometimes you got to laugh at your own jokes, when it's been 2+ years. Um, but yeah, I wrote this piece and just let it be what it is. This is before I had truly considered doing video work again. I still was not in any kind of mood or had any desire to go back to doing YouTube content. I was just strictly happy with blogging. But, you know, here we are years later where I'm doing this stuff. And I even end with saying, at least he's not a flat earther. Well, back at the tail end of November, I got this lovely comment, which this is just kind of funny to me is that this is a blog post on my personal website. You have to go out of your way to find this. Unless you're intentionally going to my website and hunting for this stuff, you're not likely to just come across it in a cursory search. The SEO gods just haven't been wonderful to me. I was trying to think of a word for blessing, haven't blessed me that well, so to speak. Whatever. But yeah, this person under the name Geronimo, there's an email that probably goes nowhere and an IP address that leads to, I think, Cleveland, Ohio. So, whatever value that is. He had this to say: I've enjoyed many of Kent Hovind's teachings. I realize the claims and tone of this post is, that should be R, arrogant and unbelieving of God's own testimony of how he created his creation. But what else would you rationally expect from the faithless damned? All right, a lot to unpack there. Tone of the post being arrogant? Not really. It's just factual, from my observations of Kent Hovind and known facts about him. Unbelieving of God's own testimony? Well, you have a book. I don't believe it's anything magical. I think it's some bullshit written by people who didn't understand how the world worked, in combination with writing done intentionally to control. So, meh. Um, he created his creation. He did, you haven't demonstrated that the universe is created, so piss off. But what would you rationally expect from the faithless damned? It's like, wow, okay. I want to note that you call us faithless, so don't claim, Ken Hovind would say we have a bunch of faith in evolution, faith in millions of years, and that it takes a lot of faith to believe in evolutionism. So make note of that you called us faithless. So you can't, on the same hand, agree with Kent on saying that we have a lot of faith in whatever, that we believe so much, using those synonymously. And of course, damned. Yeah, of course, your magical book of bullshit says that anyone who doesn't believe magic book of bullshit is going to be punished, because if you can't get them with the carrot, you get them with the stick. He follows up with, I also realize that Kent, by waging the war against error and deceit, would have certainly come into the targeted sights of evil men doing the will of their father. It's like, wow, yeah, you're really endearing by calling me evil. Where I just list out, facts and some opinion commentary, but, that's in regard to said facts. Like, me saying, hey, at least he isn't a flat earther. Me being like, hey, that's kind of amazing that he's not. I'm giving my opinion to the fact. Um, it's so funny to me that, this. It's not funny to me, I should say. It's just this is always where you go. It's just call the other guy evil for no reason. Because you have this opinion of Kent that he's so good, and when people say he obviously isn't, he's a horrible person and he's wrong about outright reality, you call us evil. Targeted sites of evil men doing the will of their father. Oh, yes, of course, your imaginary enemy. Because it's one thing to have imaginary friends, but it's another thing to have imaginary enemies. That's completely fucking wild. Nevertheless, Kent has blessed many believers with his teachings and efforts and continues to do so. Does he really, though, or does he just prey on the gullible and outright stupid? Or those who simply are ignorant, don't know any better? Again, kids, parents of kids, getting those kids to believe this bullshit because their parents do, because that's how this shit works. I just found this so funny that they actually went through the effort to put this comment, to have all of this there, to go through and say this on my website, to go out of their way to find the article, read the article, and comment on it. I mean, what did they do? Follow a link from YouTube and then search Hovind and see that I had written pieces? And this is the first one I've written. I've written others, and they didn't comment on that one, just this one. So is this just the one they decided to pick? I don't know. I mean, I guess so. But, it is what it is. I just found it funny. And again, this is the way these people think. They seriously think that they've got magical enemies trying to strike them down, and that somehow they have this power, that their magic sky daddy doesn't just intercept this immediately. That's the thing I've never understood about the modern Satan concept, that this entity is equal to or possibly more powerful than the creator as far as all practicality goes. And yet, what this supposedly infinite good deity does nothing to actually just stop this entity outright. It's mind-boggling how that even works. But then again, it's all a bunch of made-up bullshit, and as time goes on, people just add more bullshit trying to correct the other obvious crap, and it all comes together in a big steaming load of, well, shit. So that's really it. I just want to do a piece on this before I send this to the hell from whence it came. Because I have comments on, moderation and, oh, you're censoring me. No, I just don't feel like having your bullshit on my website. Get over it. You know, if you would like to discuss this further, though, Geronimo, feel free to send me an email and we can discuss this further. Or if you'd like to pay my $20 an hour debate fee, feel free. I will happily discuss this with you. But I better get something out of it for my time. That being said, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll catch you next time.